Hey guys, it's Ryan
and Elise
with Aquatics. We're going to show you today how we're going to rescape the minnow planted tank. No CO2 injection. There's a little bit of air for the minnows because the plants are not producing enough air. But today we're showing you what we're doing on rescaping the planted tank. Whenever we put this stuff in, we just kind of threw plants in here because we were like, oh, we're just going to throw it in here to let them live. And we're just going to, you know, put them in other tanks whenever we get them set up. That's not how this worked. So
we also did it because we thought it would help with the ammonia.
We did,
yeah.
Yes we did. But we weren't planning on having this many plants in here.
Right.
So, but we are going to keep a lot of these plants. They're just, some plants may go to the shrimp tank, some may go to the bass tank, some of them may go to the bass and gar tank. We're not really sure yet. They may go to the refugium for the freshwater tank. We're not really sure yet. But we do know that we are rescaping this right now.
Yes.
So you ready? How about this? Let's just fix this problem right now. There, that's better. Alright, so I'm trying to get out of the way and quit being nosy. Elisa's about to water her plants. We got some little vegetables on the side of the house that we're enjoying. Watch out, buddy. So, this is everything we're going to rescape with. Alright? We have power, sandblasting, power sand, whatever the heck you want to call it. You can get that at Tractor Supply. You can get that at Harbor Freight. You can get it online. It's pure black. You can get pure white. You can get tan. They got a few different ones. They have different like grit grade, I guess you could call them. That one's a 70 grit. It's very fine, but it's very, very heavy, so it doesn't stir up in the water. We just got some pea gravel here. We have some rocks, and we have some bricks. Now all this is got to get washed, and we actually has a piece of driftwood right here, and this 5-gallon bucket, but now it's time to wash everything. So that's what we're gonna do next. Let me show you. This is why you clean your substrate. You clean everything that goes in your tank, your driftwood, your rocks, your substrate, your bricks, your everything that you put in your tank, you want to clean. And this is why. See this? This is sand that we bought. This is sandblasting sand, but everything has residue. You see how look, watch this. I hadn't even stirred this up yet, and look how nasty it is. Now watch this. I'm gonna stir it up, try to get it cleaned up. Can't hardly see nothing. Look, my hand is only about an inch below the surface. I don't know if you can even see my hand. So this is why you clean it. And all this film, all this bubbles and this film, and I mean, look at that. That's all nastiness. It's nasty. So that you don't want your fish swimming around in this. You don't want your plants trying to grow in this. You want to clean it out. So I just want to show you. That's why you clean it out. So Elise and I just finished cleaning all the substrate, the, I guess, formation rocks, if you want to call them that. Basically what helps us build hills and so on and so forth. Otherwise we would have to spend a ton of money on substrate, which we don't want to do because this stuff is kind of expensive. So I just want to show you. We got, yeah, I'm barefooted. I was just out there in the grass cleaning all this crap off. So we got our rock, we got our substrate, we got our gravel rock, which is what we're going to use for our formation substrate, basically. We got our bricks, and we got our really, really cool driftwood. I actually at least picked this out at the store. I think it's really awesome. Check that out, kind of like a little cave back there. We don't know how we're going to put it in there yet, but it's pretty freaking cool. We could put it in there like this. We could put it in there like this. I mean, it's just super cool. And we may put some, I think it's what, Java Firm. Y'all gonna have to excuse me. I'm horrible with plant names. Horrible. But it's all right because they're working for us. They're cleaning it. They're getting rid of the nitrates. They're getting rid of the ammonia. They're getting rid of all that stuff. Ooh, excuse me. But they're doing good. So it's all right because they're doing good. Anyways, we're gonna do that. Next, we're going to remove the plants, put them in some water. We're going to do 1 part bleach, 20 parts water.
Alright guys, so this is what we just did. We went ahead and took out all the plants in this 40-gallon tank that the minnows were in, as you can see right here. We also took out some of the water that was in this 40-gallon, put it in here with the plants so they'd be okay, healthy still. We took all the minnows out, put it in this 10-gallon over here with some aeration going for them. They should be okay for a while we escape this 40-gallon tank. Next steps is we're going to escape it. So we're going to drain the water completely. We're going to add our new rocks, our pebbles, add our sand and our driftwood, and go from there.
Where we're at right now, we've got our bottom pieces of brick placed, okay? Basically what we're doing is we're trying to create like a front yard. It sounds so goofy, but we're trying to create a front yard for these fish, giving them ample amount of space to breed. We've raised the back, as you can tell, it kind of goes low right here and raise the back to create a hill, and that's where we're at. So now we're going to put more filler rock in the back. We've used our previous substrate first. We have the pea gravel in a 5-gallon bucket if we run out of our previous substrate that we were using from when we first started our aquatic desires, I guess you could say. What do you think about that? My hair is a mess. We're sweating our butts off in here. It's like 80 degrees in this room.
Yep.
And it's hot, so I had to take off my ball cap. As you can see, everything's done. It's super duper cloudy. Let me tell you, whenever you put light sand in your tank, it's going to be extremely cloudy, isn't it?
Yes, we had to filter that stuff at least 3 times.
At 3, like 3 plus 2 more in the tank. I mean, it was.
So we did a couple times outside, and then once we had it in the tank, we filled the water up. We realized we needed to drain it again and then refill it.
Yeah, and I mean, I know y'all can't see it right now, and we're gonna wait till tomorrow till it clears up to finish off the video, so that way you can get a nice clear look of it. But it's pretty awesome. I mean, we're sitting here watching, like we're about to start recording, and there's a male that's already claimed one of the caves, and it appears that there's another male on the different cave that's claimed that cave. I mean, it's actually really cool watching them. I mean, it's super duper cool. What do you think?
I love it. And the thing is about this tank and how we set it up is it's really cool how we blocked off the back to where you're able to enjoy your fish and enjoy watching them on a daily basis, because you can see all of the caves and you can watch them spawn and mate with these 3 caves that we have right here, so you can enjoy your fish. And as we have driftwood in the back, we've got a ton of plants over here, some pebbles, we got some sandblasts right here that we showed you guys earlier. What else?
Well, I mean, you pretty much hit it all, babe. I mean, we have some high-tech plants, which we're not doing a high-tech tank.
Yeah.
This is no CO2. This is, I mean, the only thing that's being inserted is a sponge filter with a heater to help with, obviously, controlling the temperature. We usually keep our house really cold, so we have heaters on every tank. But we got this nice piece of driftwood. It's, you know, it's not a super big piece, but it's big enough to where technically we have 1, 2, 3 caves, but we also have a little cave inside of the driftwood in case they decide that, you know what, they want to breed or they want to mate in a little bit more shallow of an area. So that's why we put that there. Plus, if you're breeding minnows, you really need driftwood. You need lots and lots of light and an over-exaggerated amount of light. That's why we battle the algae that we battle, because we're supposed to keep our lights on for anywhere between 14 and 16 hours a day. Now, I know some of you aquarists probably don't think that that's true, but minnows are that way. That's just the way these breed, the way that they know that it's time to breed. I mean, that's how they you know, 64 degrees Fahrenheit, I think that's what, 23 degrees Fahrenheit, Celsius, I think. Don't quote me, I'm not a Celsius person. But anyways, they need 64 degrees Fahrenheit as soon as it gets above that temperature in 16 hours or 14 to 16 hours of light a day, 8 hours of nighttime. So That's why we put a UV sterilizer in. We're going to, I mean, this is really a test for us. This is our first attempt to breeding the minnows, but all the research that we have said has said these things are a must-have. So driftwood, plants, caves, and the light. I mean, those are must-have.
Yeah, and talking about breeding for a second, what we did is we put like, what, 5 or 6, probably 5 batches. So one male to 6 females. And we can go into detail a little bit later on how to tell the difference between a male and a female on these minnows. It took some time, but we really enjoyed doing it, picking them out. So 1 male to 6 females. We have about 5 batches in here right now. Plenty of room for them to mate. Plenty of caves for them to hide their eggs in. And, you know, eventually, I guess, we'll raise the water levels up to make them feel like it's summertime.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we can go over the breeding of minnows. That can be a whole nother 15-20 minute video if you really wanted it to be, because there's so much information about breeding minnows. We didn't even think that it was going to be like that. We were like, oh, we're going to get some minnows, they're going to breed, we're going to feed our bass, it's going to be great. No, there's so much into breeding minnows. Like, probably just as much as breeding discus. I mean, it's that serious. But I just want to touch on one more thing before we leave you for the night. These rocks, these pebbles, these black rocks. If you breed fish, then you know that your adult fish have the tendency of eating the young, eating the fry, because they're like a little yummy piece of awesomeness, you know. And sometimes parents aren't the greatest parents in the world. I mean, we see it every day. Anyways, so we put the little pebbles in here to give them an ample amount of hiding space for the fry when they actually come and hatch and start swimming around. Hey, look, there's Sebastian. We have a little cherry shrimp in here.
Yeah, we've been looking for him.
He just swam up and went into the pebbles. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we took one of our shrimp out of our shrimp tank over here and decided to see how he's doing here, and he is still living. He's been here for what, like maybe a week?
Yeah, about a week. Yeah. He is. I think he's living. Look, there he is. Hold on. Look, there he is. What's going on, Sebastian? Anyways, guys, it's Ryan and Elise with REAquatics. We are over and out. We'll give you one more glance tomorrow morning to end the video. We'll see y'all later.
Bye.